outcome. No need for asking, the food be lasting. Praying for the things we know when the trap's been. Wishing every day God bless their faith with fish on the dish or steak on the plate. They have no food, no job, no clothes. Education, respect to them's a no-no. The EFA collects food for the stray. Not only on occasion, hunger's every day. You wanna lend a hand? Yo, lend it in. Food you can't use, go ahead, send it in. Donate your excess foods in the garden. Going to waste while a young one's starving. Think about it, when the food you got is all wasted to rot. Food for thought. This is MC Rampage and the middle class posse for the Emergency Food Network, boy. Peace.
Back in the days, a brother named John Doe lounged with his man by the name of Slow Mo. Cool at the crib, they shot up some heroin, passed around the needle unaware, danger they were in. But they were friends, they'd always trade. But little did Doe know Slow had gotten A's and passed it to him. Slow Mo couldn't know anything was wrong. Now there goes John to his girl's house. Unarmed, no latex, him and his lady practice unsafe sex. Now the virus runs wild, there's a rumor. 9 months later, John Doe Jr. But he got the virus from his mother, who got it from a lover, who got it from another other brother who discovers the lesson too late. Don't share the needle, age risk is equal. No matter the case, age you don't want 'em. If you wanna love a user, be the user of a condom.
Silence the violence, increase the peace, don't fake the funk, whatever. It's not about that. It's about Quincy, Rhonda, and Kano. These are my homies, and they're also dead. So don't wrap this up in some cute ad slogan with some big sound effects. This is about us. We're killing each other. Hello, my name is George Rampage Hoyte, also known as Dominic Fortune, the infamous game Untamed. You may remember me from Strive episodes. I've been a member now for about 7 years, since '91. I was introduced to Strive by a mutual friend, and a lot of my skills were encouraged by Michelle Bucray, who passed away November 11th, 1998 on Veterans Day. Michelle Bucray was a very special woman. She taught me most of everything that I know, and she was like a second mother to everybody at the Urban League Academy. For a matter of fact, she was the one who changed the name to the Urban League Academy. Her work, her efforts, her kindness knew no ends and no limitations, and she shared this with her students, and through her students, her knowledge that she passed on to us will be given to the entire world. Michelle Bucray was a champion, and she was a soldier. She was best known for her work at the Urban League Academy, where she helped the youth and young adults strive to fulfill their dreams. Those who were considered miseducated or branded as stupid, she took them, people like myself, and brought out the genius and the talents within us and showed the world that they were wrong. Michelle Bucray knew her young people better than they knew themselves, and she worked on that and brought out the best in them. And here's what she brought out in me. Teacher, teacher, tell me how you did it. School me to this game, and I publicly admit if it wasn't for your wisdom, I'd probably be in prison amongst millions of victims of this cold, heartless system. You always remained truthful to your pupils, labeled us geniuses when they said we had no scruples. You taught us that knowledge was the weapon they can't confiscate, and the best defense against senseless laws of hate. Strong black soldier in the struggle, Michelle Bucray. Kinda ironic you would pass away on Veterans Day. Your student troops will never be defeated. heated. Of course we feel cheated, cause your leadership's needed. You'd say one life to live, kid, ain't no half-stepping. Tell me why you had to die for me to learn this lesson. Unanswered questions, game untamed in urban league. Yeah, we owe you the most, and we gon' keep your name alive on this coast, and that's a blood oath. Dominic Fortune, the infamous Game Untamed. George Rampage Hoyte. Miss you badly, Miss McCrae. Rest in peace. Extra, extra, read all about it. Hot off the press and Tri-County routed. The Northwest Dispatch, 20 years old. On top the hill, represent black, green, and gold. Game packaged and sold. News printed and told. Ain't nowhere to run from. The urban 411 from hilltop to Thurston to Kitsap emerging. Converging on those living suburban for certain. Behind the curtains, Virginia Taylor's been working. A black team observing. Community serving. A people who've been silenced by a muzzle. Truth and it's tailor-made to fit black struggle. Believe that. This is Dominic Fortune, the infamous Game Untamed, representing hip-hop live, you know what I'm saying? Happy 20th anniversary to the Northwest Dispatch. Get the papers. Get the papers. Peace. Be kiddos, see cholos for the locals who don't know. To all my vatos, welcome to Apostle. Calcio magazine hits the scene full of raza. Better get your aqua, the 411 is hotter. Nada compares to El Paso, where strictly for Aztec players. Calcio features Latino art, so come on and be a part. Display your drawing skills on a monthly start. We low riders, players and outsiders. Here's the true fighters, can't get no tighter. Sipping tequila, untames on the loose. Knocking boots with senoritas, all my amigos and suavecito. Dominic Fortune, the infamous Game Untamed. Honk when you see El Paso boots. 4619 Pacific Avenue, or call 253-477-7729. And don't forget to pick up El Calcio magazine. You'll find it wherever a Chicano business is seen. Late. One, two, what's up? This is Dominic Fortune, the infamous Game Untamed, representing hip-hop in the Northwest that you are now watching. You know what I'm saying? Ganadinero at mi concierto, bonita senoritas, aloha suavecito, amigo, we got your hot out running for agua, say nada, que pasa? This one's full of raza. Uno, dos, tres, feel the bass when the low riders jump, black and brown all around, catching in on this funk. Hip-hop in the Northwest, keep watching with my man Abe Cortez and Tina Combs, baby. Peace.
Hey, homie, let me see some ID.
All right, man, chill. Here you go.
Figures. Library. Oh, George.
Stop. In Washington State, you do not have to provide identification to a law enforcement officer who approaches you on the street. You don't have to give your driver's license or Washington ID card. You don't have to give out your address, date of birth, or even your name. Now, under certain circumstances, like if you're driving a car, it may be a crime not to provide identification. Consult with an attorney to find out whether or not your situation is one of the exceptions. But generally, you do not have to provide identification. And you want to think, before you reach for that wallet, about whether or not this is going to help or hurt the situation. If you ask the cop whether you're under arrest, and he says yes, he's going to get your ID anyway. It may be better to provide it voluntarily, keep the situation calm. But if you are free to leave, he's going to, if you provide your ID, do a warrants check. It's going to be delay, and delay in this situation is not your friend. As always, whenever you interact with law enforcement, you want to be polite and unhelpful. You want to be honest and silent. Do not do or say anything because the cop wants you to. Do or say things only if it benefits you.
up against the wall. Turn around, turn around.
Alright, man,
Turn
damn.
around.
Fuck, I ain't even do nothing, man.
Whatever.
I don't got nothing, dude.
What's this?
What's what?
Oh shit. What the fuck is this?
Stop. You do not have to consent to a search. Law enforcement asks you if they can search you. You ought to tell them, I do not consent to a search. If they ask you if they can come in your home and search, you should always request to see a search warrant and indicate to them that you are not consenting to a search. They may search anyway. If that happens to you, bear in mind that resisting a police officer can get you hurt and can lead to felony charges. Again, your default position needs to be, I do not consent to a search, I'd like to see a search warrant, and I'm not resisting anything. You need to preserve your rights. If you allow an officer to search you by saying something like, it's okay if you search, I have nothing to hide, go ahead and search, then the officer always has authority to search. And police are very good at finding things and making them look incriminating later on.
Hey homeboy, let me help you. Where'd you get the weed from?
Hey man, ain't even my jacket, dude. I don't know where that came from. It's my homeboy's jacket, dude. We were just out the street, man. I lost my coat. You let me, yo, man, for real. For real, I don't know where it came from, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you could have my...
Stop. Shut the fuck up. You do not have to answer questions, and you shouldn't. Especially after you've been read your Miranda rights. Because if you've been read your Miranda rights, that means you are under arrest. You are not talking your way out of anything. And everything you say is going to get twisted by the cops and used against you later. Your silence cannot be legally twisted to mean anything. There is no benefit for you talking, and it's only going to hurt you. So don't say anything. When a cop asks you questions, you say, I do not want to speak to you. I do not want to answer questions. I want to remain silent, and I want a lawyer. As always, whenever you interact with law enforcement, you want to be polite and unhelpful. You want to be honest, and you want to be silent. Don't say or do anything just because a cop asks you to. Say or do something because it benefits you.